If you look on a woman and you worry, your hand like you don't understand, so she never really time to sick. You think a trick, she a trick. Oh, you wanna feel. And if a little man cough, you want kill him off, like your brain soft, right? See your gun pass. You want more of this?
Tell me how you woulda feel if I you them stone, if you are the family, if you catch COVID-19.
If you think that somebody have COVID-19, you don't have to try abuse them and terrorize them. Maintain your distance, hold your position. If you know what it back.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Get the real inner city community news and be informed. You can do all that and more on City Beat, Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM. City Beat puts you in the know and keeps you rocking in a world of knowledge. So let City Beat catch you on Roots 96.1 FM, Monday to Friday at 12:45 for City Beat. City Beat is the pulse of the city, so don't miss it. Monday to Friday at 12:45 p.m. on Roots 96.1 FM. It is, let's see, why am I not hearing? Okay, a little static in the background there. Yes, welcome once again. It's a Mission Monday, and it's Rootsology. And, of course, you know that this is Child Month, so we acknowledge that. And the theme for Child Month is Unplug Negativity, Connect Positivity. You like that, Owen? Yeah. And then Think. So it's unplug negativity, connect positivity, and then think. All right. So it's also Education Week. So we're here to inform you also. And it's African Liberation Month. I think it's also Parent Month as well. A lot of things happening in this month. And it's our anniversary. On the 25th of May, African Liberation Day will be 22. Yes. So we give thanks for that vibration. Okay. So we're going right into our interview now. And we are going to welcome a sister who I have interviewed before, whose name is Rasheeda Shaw, but we call her Lioness Sheeda. And she has done a lot of things. She's an author. She has traveled. The wonderful things about her, she has traveled to Africa, Namibia, and has done some great work over there, and also has a very wonderful project called the Tulonga Academy. So we want to welcome her, looking so royal and regal. Hey, we have on the same colors. Hey, that's some powerful energy. So we say greetings, greetings, greetings.
Greetings.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just giving thanks to be here and be healthy and safe with all that's going down, and you know.
Right, yeah, we have to give thanks for life, give thanks for health and strength, you know. Give thanks for Owen, my IT manager, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't get linked up, so thank you so much. So, yes. It was sometime last year you were here in the studio, right? We talked mainly about your book, am I correct? Yes.
Definitely.
And it's a book, tell us a bit about the book again.
Okay, so this book composed of poems that I wrote during my journey to Namibia.
Right, that was a very intriguing journey.
Yes, I'm so sorry, but I'm trying to share the video with my Facebook family.
Okay, no problem. So that's how it goes too. Yeah. So, do you have the book in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we will have you say a poem from that book shortly. So, tell us about once again about your travels to Namibia and why it was important for you to do so, how you got there, and what was it that pulled you there. I know I heard a story sometime last year, some of it, but we have more listeners now. We have new listeners, so we'd like to hear that story as we celebrate African Liberation Month.
Okay, no problem. All right, so greetings again, everyone. My name is Rasheeda Shaw, and I see myself as a world teacher because first of all, I began teaching at Kemet Masai Academy, which is a private Pan-African home school in Jamaica. Yes. I was always a natural teacher, but I actually did a degree in criminal justice.
When you say you're always a natural teacher, you mean from you were young, it was something you always wanted to do? Is that what you mean? Or you just naturally can teach?
Okay. Yeah, meaning I was like when I was in grade 5 and grade 6, I was always in the kindergarten and grade 1 class being that assistant teacher. Yeah.
I love it.
Ex-
Yes.
yes, and I was always self-teaching myself throughout high school, and yes, and even if I'm not there in class, I'll go home and I'll just study and I'll come back and get 100% on the test and everybody will be like,
Whoa.
what happened? So that's what I mean by a natural teacher.
Okay.
I found it very natural that I would teach myself and teach
Others as well. Yeah. Awesome. 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 So tell us a bit now about after you left that particular school, what did you do next?
After I left that school, then I ventured and was looking into other opportunities to go abroad to Africa and to teach. So I found this organization called World Teach Organization. Yes, and
what was that organization about? What kind of organization was that?
Okay, so it recruits volunteer teachers. Yes, for many places in Africa and across the world too. So they also train English as they train second language teachers to teach English for a lot of countries that need that. So Namibia was one of those countries that were sponsoring volunteer teachers to come and teach. Yes, to come and teach English. And having done my research and assess the history of education in Namibia, I got really close to it, and over time going over there and learning more, you see that there's limited access to quality education there, and the main instruction of teaching is English, and so they really need a lot of English teachers to pass their exams. Their exams are done in English, and a lot of them they're native speakers.
Okay.
Yes, they speak their native language, but their country official language is English. Yes, that became the official language in 1994.
Right.
Yeah, when they became independent. So since that switch now, there's a need for a lot of teachers in places, especially like Namibia. Yeah.
So what was required now? I know you checked them out, and so what was required? Would they pay your airfare? What were the arrangements for you to get to Namibia and be a teacher there?
Yes, okay, so through the World Teach Organization, the program I did was a 1-year program, and it was heavily subsidized by the Namibian government, which made it affordable for me to pay around 2,500 US plus fare to go and teach for that 1 year.
So did they put you up? Did they give you accommodations? Food,
exactly,
or did they
exactly.
pay you? Yes.
I'm getting there. So that was the program.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm rushing you because I'm like, this story is great. Go ahead.
That's fine. So that was the program fee.
Yes.
And when I got there, yes, everything, what was included was orientation.
Right.
There was a lot of orientation, meaning
how long?
Teach. Okay, so at the beginning we had a 2 weeks orientation, and we had a mid orientation, so in the mid year, and also at the end of the year, and we had it was a group of volunteers I went with around 8 of them. I was like the only
all from
one.
Jamaica?
No, I was the only one from Jamaica and from the Caribbean.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it was a group of us, mostly from America, and there was one from France.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was around 8-9 volunteers spread across different regions.
And you traveled all together, or you met up when you went there? You met up as volunteers there, or you all traveled together as a group?
Yes. We met up in the city of Windhoek at the airport. So everyone met the same day at the airport.
Beautiful. So what was it like when you went there initially? What was the vibes like? How did you feel? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, so actually I had to do some orientation, and I did screening because I had to add a bachelor's of degree. Yes, but the orientation was a teacher's orientation, and sorry, can you repeat the question?
No, I was saying to you, like when you went there first, what was it like? Because you're in a new environment. I mean, of course, you're in Africa. Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
look. But I mean, what were what was the situation like? The circumstances like? You know, the school like, your
Okay.
accommodation like.
Okay, definitely. Let me get into that. So, so during my selection,
Mm-hmm.
during writing up the application, I chose to go into a rural area in the villages.
Yes.
And yes, and where I was in the village, I was at a homestead, which was my principal homestead.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there as, part of a family and the teacher at the school. So, and that was the Mayanzere village.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there living in a stand and stone hut. But
Woo!
yes,
Africa, here we come.
with
What was
thatch
that
roofing.
transition like?
Well, I always wanted to do it because I'm a nature person. I love being
See?
outdoors.
Right.
I love being outdoors, and I always wondered how it would be to live in the African village.
Wow.
And
Mm-mm-mm.
the first thing I checked when I went there, I checked to see if I had service, I had internet, and I did.
You're
So
lucky.
so
Yeah.
everything else was fine.
Okay, wonderful. So when you started to teach, what age group were you teaching
Yes, so
in your
I
in the process? Yeah.
taught between the ages of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, well, I should say I taught grade 5 to grade 7.
Right.
However, because there's a lot of difficulties and some students don't begin going to school until around
Mm-hmm.
late ages. So
Like when you say
I
late, because you know how
they,
we stay, we supposed to in Jamaica all 2, 3 year old go to school. So what ages are you talking about in Namibia, where you were?
well, I'm not talking about general in Namibia. I'm talking about the village where
The
I was in
village.
the rural
Okay.
village,
Right. Yeah.
where a lot of the children are, doing traditional chores.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the farm. They're they're pounding their grains. They're
Mm-hmm.
raising the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
So these are more important tasks in the community than going to school.
Oh,
So a lot
wow.
of time Yes, so a lot of times this hold them back from going to school or being
Mm-hmm.
even consistent in school.
Yes.
So I would have like even 21. I had like two 19-year-olds and a 21-year-old in grade 5.
What? Go again. You had what?
Yes,
Repeat
but
that, please. Can you repeat what you just said?
yes, I had two 19-year-old males
Mm-hmm.
in yes, and there was like some around 17, 16 in grade 5.
So, in other words, in that particular village, the priority was, of course, taking care of the land, taking care of the cattle, and taking
Yes.
care of those things, provisional things. So, it's not
Yes.
necessarily a bad thing, but they went to school in that way first. So, that was their part of their rites of passage.
Yes, and definitely with their history, the history is a lot of these are persons that were refugees and
Okay. Yeah.
meaning their relatives and their
Mm-hmm.
relatives after the war, the Angolan war, they came to Namibia to seek better opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of displacements and people just staying with families or
Mm.
just trying to go to school and better themselves.
Right.
So yes, a lot of them have a lot of different stories.
Different stories. Yeah.
Yes,
How
but
were you able?
even in grade 5, I had a student. Her name was Minga. She's 9, but she's very brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
And you see some of these very brilliant children just here in these spaces that lack a lot of resources.
Right, right. Oh my word. How were you able to balance it all though with the real young ones, the middle-aged ones, and the older ones? How were you able to balance it?
Well, that was a part of the teaching. We
Mm-hmm.
learned how to deal with multilingual students and multi-level learners,
Mm-hmm.
in different classes. And yes, I had to really put that in my lesson plan and
Mm-hmm.
put them in my thoughts about how am I going to do this lesson with them today? Do I separate them? What work do I give them? Yes, you know, it just comes all in the training. You know, you have to find, sometimes you have to just find an activity that everyone can do.
So was that difficult for you? Because if you don't mind me asking, how old were you when you were doing this particular training in Namibia, in a strange country, different country, our land still, you know, but still different environs and all of that?
Yeah, so I was 23-year-old.
Oh my,
yes,
you're really
and
young.
yeah, I was very young. Yes, a lot of they always question how old I was because I was just very young. But I mean,
And you look young too, so I can imagine when you were 23, you look like you're about 15.
exactly, exactly. But it went further than that because let me just go fast forward to even one of my students that I still keep in touch today. He was basically like the valedictorian at the end of the day, at the end of the school. He was very smart. And he, in his goodbye message, because they kept a nice leaving party, and he was telling me that, you know, when I first came, the students were very nervous because they were like, are they going to understand me with my accent? You know, I have a different accent. Even one day while taking the taxi and I was talking, a lady was in the taxi being like, oh, can she teach our students? Can they understand her? Can they understand her?
And then you being so young on top of it as well. You know?
No, but that was a part of the teacher training.
Right.
To learn how to speak to these learners. You have to speak much slowly.
Right.
You have to use your verbal cues. You be very creative in teaching a second language learner, and you're not translating their language to English. You're just teaching them English. So, but yes, the language was a barrier. But you know, Sorry, I'm on the veranda. But yes, as one of my students would have said, Augusto, he said that at the end of the day, now they learn English. They have learned English much faster.
Wow.
And they understand it much better. You know, and they said that most of them have improved in English.
Excellent. So
yes, but they still struggle. I'm not saying that they speak it fluently.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yes, but they have a much better understanding of the structure and hearing it and communicating in it, because they were forced to do that. While talking to me, they have to talk in English. And we were forced to communicate, you know. So it really brought out it really brought out the skills that I had, and it brought out and it was challenging to the students. So, you know, it gave them something. They loved it. They loved coming to school because some of them found it like a little too hard and boring. But, you know, with me being creative and me being from Jamaica and me being so different.
So most of them were familiar with Jamaica? Were they familiar with Jamaica at all?
Not at all.
Well, the young people, yes.
No, they were like, they did not know where Jamaica is. So I teach them geographically where Jamaica was. Yes.
Were they familiar with reggae music in that village?
A little.
Bob Marley? I know they were young, but still.
No.
I didn't know. So I'm sure you introduced that to them, the reggae and the Bob Bandit, this and the that.
Yes, and Chronics.
Yes.
And they loved it all. They loved it all. They loved it all, man.
Yes. What about their language, and how were you able to master it?
Okay, so their language was Rugwangali, and I was not able to master it.
Say something in Rugwangwali. Say something. A sentence, not one word. What sentence?
Okay, I don't remember. Morokeni.
Nawa.
Yes, that's just greeting, saying, how are you? I am good.
Great. So how did you assimilate yourself with the culture, the food? Because I know you didn't want to go to Africa from morning, but still, you know, in terms of entertainment, food, infrastructure, how were you able to handle all of that coming from, you know, Jamaica, third world Jamaica?
So, honestly, I'm on a mission, right? And I was on a mission to find out more. I felt like it's my ancestors brought me to Namibia. Namibia have a history where I want everybody to remember. Today is Kasinga Day in Namibia,
What is
and
that?
that was yes, and that was when many people were slaughtered. Let
Mm.
me yes, let me just read it
Yes,
quickly.
please give us that information.
Yes, I shared it on my Facebook earlier. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yes, here it is. And this was written by the president today, presidency release.
Mm-hmm.
The path to freedom often comes with great loss and high cost. 42 years ago, Namibians experienced one of the most agonizing episodes in the struggle of liberation when lives were lost and horrific injuries inflicted after the military forces of apartheid South Africa attacked the Kasinga settlement in northern Angola on the morning of May 4, 1978. The Kasinga settlement, of which the majority of inhabitants consisted of unarmed women and children, served as a reception camp for Namibians who fled from Namibia into Angola in resistance of the illegal occupation of their motherland. So there was a massacre of
Mm-hmm.
women and children
Mm.
there.
Wow. And you know what is amazing? I have to say thanks again to my assistant, Aisha Elliott, because we were going back and forth whether or not we would speak to you today or tomorrow or later on in the week. But today, as a Mission Monday, you're on a mission, and based on even the anniversary of that massacre, it's relevant that we really speak to you today. I'm thankful you were able to speak to us today as well. I thank you.
Yes, yes. So that's why I said my ancestors brought me to Namibia because there's so much work to be done there. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much healing, and there's a few Jamaicans that have been over there too. The founders of the University of Namibia are Jamaicans.
Woo!
So yes, and Jamaicans have been playing a role in the African liberation struggle, and we must see that no, it's not just us here
Mm-hmm.
in the little Caribbean. The African diaspora, we are wide and we are big and we are powerful, and that's the mission that I want to send out. Everybody in their own,
Thank
everybody have
you.
their own mission to
Yes.
play. Everybody have their
Beautiful.
own mission to play, and honestly, Marcus Garvey too was in this mission for Namibia. So
I see a picture
Namibia
of
being
Marcus Garvey in your background there, I think. Am I correct? Right
yes,
behind you there.
exactly. I
Yeah.
was that's how Marcus Garvey.
And I see you. Is that your
Yeah,
daughter? Is that?
yes, this is my daughter.
Oh,
I am my.
hey, cuteness. Woo, love it.
Yeah, she even have on her shirt, Bush Baby Namibia. I don't know if
Oh,
y'all
I
can see. She
can't
have on
see it.
her
Lift her up a bit.
Bush
Ah,
Baby
yeah.
Namibia shirt. This is a
Woo.
Namibian shirt. Yeah, we're so Namibians. I want them to adopt me, okay?
So
But
it sounds like you're going to be heading back there, girl.
of course, that is the mission, and I want to show others too. Like, if you have a plan and you want to go to Africa, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a virtual assistant, and I'm working on my own as well as others. Plan forward.
Right. So the whole Tulonga Academy now. Tell us quickly about that. We only have a couple minutes left. Tell us about that.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I know you only have a couple minutes left, but I wanted to share that Marcus Garvey
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, establish his organization UNIA
Yes.
in Namibia. He wanted for it to be a black nationalist country.
Hold it up again. Let us see it. Hold it. It might block your face a minute.
But
Oh.
this is just a chart about us reminding black nationalism and
Mm-hmm.
new emancipation. Because that talking about emancipation, that's how I found my school. Emancipation is about re-education
Mm-hmm.
of the African mind.
Absolutely. Emancipate yourselves from
Yeah.
mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds.
Exactly, and that's how I got the name Tulonga. And the
Tulonga.
name, the name Tulonga was given to me by a ex. She was a ex-soldier
Mm-hmm.
in the Namibian war with the Germans, and at
Tulonga.
4 years old they took her. And she was fighting along the German side,
Mm-hmm.
and she went to after the war. She went to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And long after she came back, when Namibia asked for the children of Namibia Namibia that were taken by the Germans, and she was sent back, and then it was just a new thing for her because they told her nothing really about Namibia. So coming back, it was something new, and I met her, and she gave me this
You
name.
met her?
She said
okay, awesome.
Yes, I met her, and she is the one that gave me my first Namibian name, which is Tulonga.
Tulonga, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And in Oshivambo, which is a tribe and a language, is a tribe in Namibia. It means teach us.
Okay, so it's a teachers academy, Tulonga.
Yes, and it's a pan-African school where I am the main instructor now, where I give online classes.
Great. This is so inspiring, girl. You wouldn't imagine. Before the time runs out, can you please give the viewers on Facebook, thank you all for watching, the listeners, give us your contacts, whether your social media handles, if there's a phone number, whatever, please give that right away.
Okay, so you can contact me on my website, lionslove.com, lionslove.com/Tulonga Academy. That is
spell the Tulonga.
TULONGA Academy.
Academy, all right.
Okay, and yes, follow me on Facebook at Tulonga Academy. Follow me on Instagram, Tulonga Academy. Follow me on Facebook at Lioness Sheeda. Yeah, and on Instagram, a legendary lioness.
That's why I couldn't find you this morning. Oh God, I was looking for Rasheeda.
On Instagram,
legendary,
legendary lioness. That's 3S. Yeah, so just contact me because I'm on a mission and I'm looking for teachers from an online school.
Mission Monday!
And more people to work with. So yeah, man, that's the mission, that we educate ourselves.
This is Education Week too. It's Child Month. It's Education Week. It's African Liberation Month. Wow, it's such a powerful interview.
Yeah, all that I'm doing, I can't do it in a 30 minutes interview.
No, I forgot to have a part 2. We'll talk about that. We'll talk more about the academy at another time, maybe later on this month, because it is Child Month.
But it's my pleasure to share with everyone, to unite Africa, and we can do it.
Yes, we can. All of us together, we can do this. We can do this, and we must do this. Thank you so much, Lioness Sheeda, and your beautiful daughter there. Thank you. And of course, we'll have to join you on Tulonga Academy. Because you say you need strength and you need help online, this online academy, we have to work together.
I'm an e-teacher, and I'm doing a lot of things with online learning. So yeah, man, anybody interested, please reach out to me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, my sister. Bless you. Thank you. Wow, that was so powerful. Whoa. Thank you for the link, Aisha Elliott, my assistant's always, giving some good links. And so this is an excellent one and very relevant because, it is Education Week. Very relevant because, it's also African Liberation Month. It's Child Month, and of course, online teaching of this Tulonga Academy Afrocentric school system. It is 11 o'clock and you're in tune to Roots FM 96.1 on the FM band. Coming up shortly, we have Dudley Thompson, Mekwi Talk Sport. And that will go right through until 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, we take a pause for the calls. And then, of course, we have our prayer line at 12:15. 12:30, we have News, Sport, and City Beat. And then